Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the German Bf 109 F4 trop, sitting at 4.0 battle rating these days. I gave you a couple of options a few days ago and this was the winner. We're gonna do a revisit of this plane and see how she performs at this battle rating. Now before we go on with the review, I want to draw attention to the fact that I finally got my Patreon account up. And if you want to support me there, do make sure to check out the link in the description below and see what I have on offer there, and I hope you will become my Patreon. Back to the review. The revisit of this plane was a joy, of course. A 0.03 battle rating change is not that much of a change, especially not for planes that are good at their battle rating, let's say. And the F4 trop and the F4 as well were quite good at their 3.7 battle rating. So a 4.0 sounded alright to me. I didn't know if the plane was overperforming, but definitely the F4 and the F4 trops were planes that were performing quite good at their battle rating. The maximum speed in this plane at sea level without WEP is 501 kilometers an hour. And with WEP 522. At 4500 meters this is 472 without WEP and 491 with WEP, and finally at 6500 meters still go up to 439 without WEP and 454 with WEP. This is in indicated airspeed without Mach. Top speed in a dive is 751 kilometers an hour before she redlines and 805 before she rips apart. That's definitely not the fastest plane in a dive, also not in a straight line at this battle rating, but it's also not the worst, it's kinda average. The control stiffening in the plane starts very slightly at 450 and becomes quite severe at 600 kilometers an hour, especially in the roll rate. The elevator keeps functioning up until about 740, 730, and you can still pull out there, but you do have to be careful there. The plane rips at 805, and it takes a while to get out at those speeds. The stall speed in the plane is 160, which is average. The firepower in the plane is good, to very good, depending on whether you take gun pods or not. The plane normally runs with one 20mm MG 151 cannon with 200 rounds and two 7.92mm MG17 machine guns with 500 rounds per gun. This can be added upon with 15mm MG 151s with 125 rounds per gun, and you can also put some bombs on this thing, 4 50kg bombs and one 250kg bomb. So with the pods the firepower is very good, without the pods it's good. Ammo load is very good. Acceleration in a straight line is good, and in a dive it's very good. There's great energy retention in the plane, it's one of its great strengths. In the horizontal it's great, and in the vertical it's excellent. The climb rate supports the behavior in the vertical with very good climb rate, and that makes the plane excellent for stall maneuvers and vertical loops. This plane is a master of that. The turn time in the plane is decent as we take out this P38 or the XP38. Of course, we've got 3 enemies behind us, but we got also 2 allies in the neighborhood. So we'll extend a little bit and we'll go back into the fray. We got a lot of attackers and a bomber, and the XP was the first fighter that we actually took out. The turn time in this plane is decent to good with flaps. The flaps only rip off at 475 kilometers an hour with a roll rate that is only slightly above average. The overall maneuverability is decent. The overheating in this plane is very present with WEP, and it needs a bit of time to cool off. So definitely you need to master, you need to pay attention to the overheating constantly while you're climbing. The durability in the plane is decent, and it can take a hit or two there. We're going after a Spitfire here in the vertical. Again, this plane is good in the vertical, so we're going there. This Spitfire also holds a lot of energy. It was turning a little bit more than us, so it may have lost a little bit more speed than we. He is stalling out right now there. We just threw out the flaps to give us a little bit more lift there, and we're rolling over to the side here to get a shot. I ran out of cannon ammo, but we do take out the pilot with the machine guns. Those machine guns are quite good. The 7.92mm MG17 machine guns, I've always felt they are quite effective, and that was quite a good Spitfire there that we managed to take out in the vertical. In a turn fight, of course, we would have been absolute dog meat, but yeah. So we went back to the airfield after following that P-51 for a bit. He went back to the airfield, and I was running out of fuel, didn't have any cannon ammo anymore, so it was time to go back. And I ended up, the allies I had left, they all got killed, and there is 3 enemy fighters left right now. And we're sitting on 6 kills already, so this could become a record score for me. As you know, my top score ever is 8 kills, and I got a few 7 kills that were actually 8 kills, but 1 kill didn't get registered. Apart from that, I have a load of 7 and 6 kill matches out there, but 9 never happened to me, so we're in a challenge here. I was actually thinking about that when I was reloading on the airfield. I think like, I could actually get 9 kills, but you know, somewhere between the fact and that you actually have to do it is a big difference there. So we've got a Spitfire here. We did get up the altitude, and we're gonna go down on this. We're gonna attack him in the vertical again, of course. I took him up. He did stall out, but he missed this initial shot here. And we're going into the vertical again. He is already losing a lot of energy. He's turning in to get a shot on me, that's why I'm making this maneuver. Then turning into him again to make him lose more energy and just stall him out. Combat flaps on to pull through this turn quicker. Of course, when the speed gets to the 400s, we raise the flaps. And we get a good shot there, taking him out. Pilot snipe. So we are at 7 kills right now, and we are going to look for the last 2 guys. And I was expecting those 3 guys to climb up together, so I was looking for somebody who actually climbed above me. But then I got a notification that there were people shooting at vehicles. So seemingly they didn't climb up with that other guy, and they decided, after they saw me kill him of course, because that must have been visible to them, they decided to go and get the spawned ground vehicles that they pop into the match, and hopefully win the match for them. At least that's their plan, I guess. So I finally spot where they are there. I can see their dots through the clouds, and they are both there, so that makes it easier for me to immediately lose all my altitude there. Makes it kind of the thing you gotta do, and not an actual decision you gotta make. If I only would have seen 1 dot, it would have been more difficult there. But with both of them there, it's gonna be interesting. That they're going in separate directions here is not in my benefit, that's for sure. So I decided to go for this dot first, and that is the guy who I actually checked out. Is a level 100 Spitfire pilot, quite a good pilot. And he had already 3 kills in this match, so I gotta be careful of that Spitfire. The P-51 was a lower level player, but I didn't check everybody out with the same attention, as I didn't have the time. Now, because I was looking around me, of course, with being the only guy left, having no spotters, you gotta pay attention, so you gotta look around you all the time. You can't sit in the menu and look at your enemies while they may be anywhere. Because I didn't know whether they would be reloading or on the airfield, or, you know, just flying around above me. Here we go for the Spitfire. We make a feint attack, we're going back up into the vertical. P-51 is in the neighborhood. We're in a climbing spiral. I can roll over and dive on them, or I can continue in the climb, at which this plane is of course magnificent. It is what you constantly gotta use. The Spitfire is turning in. I'm raising the flaps, and we're gonna get a shot on the P-51. We take him out as he's trying to turn. He should have been a little bit more evasive there. The Spitfire is just coming out of his turn, so he shouldn't be very high on energy. And he's indeed not coming up for me. I'm going over the top again. And we're gonna go for another run. I'm full whipping to pick up as much energy as I can to quickly extend if we miss this shot. Now he's going in really tight, and if I would have gone for him there for a real shot, we would have crashed into the ground. That is basically the only thing that he can do right now in the current energy state that he has. We did pick up enough energy to quickly run far beyond the kilometer distance, making the shots more difficult for him if he would try to shoot at me, and making the shots less effective as well, because most calibers become less effective at longer ranges. Now here we go again for another attack run, full whipping again, pick up as much pitch as I can. I raise the flaps to not rip them off, and we do get the final shot and our 9th kill in this match. Fantastic, and we can safely say that this plane is still performing. We got the first place in the team with 9 kills, and I was actually a little bit disappointed with this result, as I did have premium account running. We've got Final Blow, Survivor, and Terror of the Sky, 136,000 Silver Lions and 13,000 research points. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. This plane is still fantastic, just like the F-4. Both of those planes now at 4.0 battle rating. Is nothing bad for these planes. They can handle this slight up tier. The planes were magnificent at 3.7. One of the best, if not the best planes on that battle rating, although there's more competition at 3.7. It's a very strong battle rating with a lot of very good planes there, but at 4.0 the F4 will fight slightly less easy down tiers, and the up tiers are a little bit more tough, but it can handle 5.0, and that also shows you that this plane kind of needed the slight up tier. So I'm good with this up tier. I did notice the rewards though. They were, I mean, a 9 kill match, being in the match from the beginning till the end, with a premium account, which I got because I bought the pack for the premium tier 5s. And I only got 13,000 research points. I would have expected more there, as we just came into this patch. There were insane rewards in the beginning, and I don't know if they dialed it back a little bit. I hope not. But well, I would have expected a little bit more for a 9 kill match. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.